Hello everyone, I am Tacet, and welcome to the Gems of War stream. Today, we are going to be doing, mainly the new hero class that ended up coming into the game, which is Tidecaller. Of course, we did get a new Mythic, but that new Mythic is really bad. Shade of Zorn, it is in the Glory Gem Guild and VIP chest for this week. So basically you want to avoid Glory Gem Guild and VIP chest for this week, is basically what that says. Just did a video on it. It is bad. It's basically worst Mythic in game. Hey, someone gave us a helpful, though we're already maxed out. But yeah, the three teams we showed is this thing, which you can use Emperina to keep healing and kind of use it in the first slot, kind of go from there. Obviously, Gardnock can half mana start it. You can also do some damage to it with Gardnock, but I don't know, it just isn't worth it for that. It has immune to poison, yet it would be beneficial if it was poisoned. It just has a lot of things going on that isn't that good. Here's like another cheaper one. You can get rid of Ketris if you needed. But Ketris there is, or basically you just keep spamming humilities. What ends up working for this is humility could potentially give it magic. The other thing that works is once one of your humilities die, it is creating yellows and does have the ability to click on skulls or doom skulls. And you can use that with the Fist of Zorn, that Shade of Zorn will summon once it gets a kill. And with that, you can skull spam into humility's ability. So in that regard, it kind of works out a little bit because you constantly have these humility spamming that gives them magic so it can one-shot. And then your summon after your first humility dies will end up giving you a skull spam that basically wins out the battle. So it's okay. It's not really anything too over the top, but it kind of works. And for low level, you can just kind of use it with Mang, Lapina, and Leprechaun. Not really any particular synergy there. Just the fact that you're just trying to utilize him some to get his boost off of his damage. And then kind of poking some. But no, I would not bother with this thing. It is so bad. Makes Gargantor look good. It's so bad. But yeah, ignore it. Unless you're going for completionist sake. Ignore this Mythic. Because it is that bad. If you think it looks bad, you're correct. it is just that bad. But anyways, Merfolk hero class. I was leveling this some earlier this morning, and then I took a nap and then overslept a little bit from that nap. But we're here now, and I didn't oversleep too much by like 1 hour. But yeah, I was grinding out this morning. I believe we're level 59? Question mark. I bought every pack once, so I think we grinded from 51 to 59 off stream, if I'm not mistaken. Why is it lagging? Game, load! It's because I clicked on leaderboard. For whatever reason, the first time it loads the leaderboard, it keeps wanting to be slow. Like, if I click on it now, it's going to be quick. Level 58, not 59. But yeah, I ideally want to get that to level 70 by the end of stream. Or at least very close by the end of stream, like 68 if nothing else. At least like 10 levels on it, if nothing else. So that's basically the game plan. I'll hand out the first redeem code once we get all rewards on this. And let's start doing this. I guess we'll just start with Dawnbringer into something. None of these have Link, do they? I don't think any of them have Link. No, none of them have Link. So with that being said, I guess we just Dawnbringer into triple mana generate. So we'll do that, do that, do that, do Dawnbringer, and do that one new hero class that just came out. And it's nice. This hero class is somewhat nice. It does have a lot of things going for it. It's not the absolute best hero class in the game, but it has its options. For one, it's the best submerging hero class in the entire game because it submerges whenever it takes damage. Also has submerge every extra turn if you set that as a perk. It does have really good synergy within its own kingdom. It is a Merlantis Merfolk, and almost the entirety of Merlantis is Merfolk. It's very similar to Frost Mage, but in a way almost better than Frost Mage. So this might be the new Frost Mage, basically, as far as hero classes are concerned. Oh, no wonder why I thought we were at level 59. We're pretty much already at level 59. 5 more battles. Other things that this thing has going for it is one of the highest spell reduction troops in the game. Not only does it have a lot of things that could potentially give it life, it has cleanse, it has 20% spell reduction, and it has a lot of submerge, making it pretty good against casts, particularly casts that end up hitting all enemies, since every single one of its things that it has will allow it to survive against that. So against split damage, full AoE, anything that hits all enemies that will actually work, or that submerge will work against. This hero class will be pretty decent against. Every single factor it has, it basically makes it really tanky in that regard. It does have first turn freeze, which is where all of its freeze is actually coming from, but still, first turn freeze is still pretty powerful. Has a cleanse, has 20% spell reduction, has half mana start. That also could switch out for Fairy Fire, though more often than not you're going to be going for that half mana start. Has either a bunch of life whenever it takes green, which could synergize with the fact that you can also get green mana, or you can just go with the Submerge spam, which is most likely the way you would go with it. And then you have 3 different choices of +1 mana, either blue, green, or purple. More often than not, you're probably doing blue or green, but if you were to use this when, like, pure Melantis, you might end up doing it with a purple because you would need that +1 purple for Azura. So it really just depends what way you want to play the team or what you're using it with. But he definitely has a wide range of +1s. And while it is not required to get him to level 100, level 70 is pretty much where it maxes out. He does gain a slight benefit of all Merfolk allies gain 2 magic when an enemy dies. The hero class itself counts as Merfolk, and most of the teams you'd probably bother using this hero class with would likely use multiple Merfolk. So that could potentially be a little bit helpful, but for the most part, it pretty much maxes out at 70. So once you get to 70, that's almost its full potential, because the other extra benefits not really much. And on top of all that, while it doesn't have Storm Tree, it does still have it explode every single extra turn. Instead of exploding a yellow, it explodes a blue. Unfortunately, it doesn't have that Storm Tree, so it doesn't have 2 explosions like a Possessed King. However, it still gets an explosion. So it's okay. It's a little bit well-rounded. Pretty good against spell casts. It's mostly a 3rd or 4th slot. I believe it also has +2 magic you could potentially have in last slot as well. I forget where that came from. Yeah, instead of cleanse, you could go for 2 extra magic if you place it in last slot. So it's more of like a 3rd or 4th slot kind of troop. It really depends which way you want to play it, but that is basically how you would use that thing. But yeah, let's just go with this. Oh, this is actually pure yellow. Not too bad we don't get the extra bonus for it because they have to be unique. So let me just go for a +2 yellow, +1 blue, I guess. Something like that. Does that exist? That should exist. I almost know for sure that banner exists. Where on earth is it? No, never mind. It was the other way around. Let me click that for now. Is there not a inverse of that? Let me see. I'm pretty sure there is. Let me see. Oh, I could have sworn there was. Maybe I was thinking of Lion Banner. Okay, let's go with Lion. Excuse me. Let's go with Lion Banner. Good enough. I don't think we need any other changes there. Should be fine. Yeah, let's just go with that. Actually, wait. There's one more other banner that I wanted to check. Do we have a +2 yellow into a red? That's not what I want. Banners. Do we have a +2 yellow into a red? I really wish you could check for +2s. Yes. Let's go with that instead. There we go. Okay, we won't go for any blue. We'll go for that. We don't need to be using blue. Nothing on this team really utilizes that. Well, I guess I lied. Actually, yeah, there is. Because he ends up creating blues. Oh, well. I don't know. Maybe it's better going the other way then. You know what? Never mind. I was right the first time. Let's go with Lion Banner. Because of that aspect, that actually probably was correct the first way we had it. It's not too big a deal. We're mainly just using this for the earlier battles. Then we're switching to probably something with Mang. Banners. Where was the Lion Banner? There it is. Okay. So let's just go with that, I guess. It doesn't really matter too much. We're only using this for like 20 battles. Could have gotten 2 battles done in that time. Could have well. We'll take a blue there. Get Dawnbringer. Oh yeah, I have controller set up, don't I? Oh yeah, I do. There we go. Let's use controller. Because we're going to be doing a lot of quick grinding, so need to have it around. I didn't say hello to everyone yet. Also, there was something I meant to bring up on screen that I still didn't show. I meant to do that a little bit early on, but I kept ranting on everything else. I should probably go do that in a second. Let me go read through chat, save the hellos, and go from there. Answer any questions. Actually, let me just start from the beginning and go from there. Hello! Why did chat stop scrolling? There it goes. Hello, Elite Gaming. Hello, September Black. Hello, Callium. Hello, hello, Neo. Hello, Starlights. Let's see. Yeah, the way that the weapons are covered is really weird because there are a few of them that aren't really covered that much. For example, like green hero weapons. But it's kind of weird because Essence of Evil is actually a pretty good option. Hello, Jessica. Hello, Youth. Let's see. Hello, Frag Hunter. Hello, Jan. Hello, Arian. Hello, Carbos. Hello, Paul B. Hello, Churros. Hello, Daniel. Hello, Valdemar. Hello, Pat Boy. Hello, JZG. Hello, Emos. Hello, Original. Hello, Raven. Hello, Dennis. Why did I skip? Let's see. Hello, J-Dot. Hello, Birdleaf, and hello, Chris Border. Happy Friday. Yep, it is finally Friday, end of the week. And E3 stuff starting soon. Well, it's kind of already been starting because people doing like previews. Let's see. Let me just make sure there's no questions in there. But if anyone has any questions, let me know as well. I don't think there was any questions here. If you're asking a question, do make sure to put question marks at the end. That does help me identify if it is a question or not. Let's see. The fact that it has immune to freeze and cleanse on the 4x match is kind of weird over top each other. Yeah, you would most often than not just go for the cleanse. The cleanse is the superior option in most situations, unless the team that you're running against is extremely freeze heavy. You're definitely just going to want to go with the cleanse option. And even in those instances, you might still just want to go with the cleanse option if they have multiple different effects. Is the new weapon worth acquiring? No. You can get it automatically for free. Keep in mind, any hero class weapon, all you need to do to get it is win with the hero class 250 times, which only takes a few hours. But yeah, you don't have to spend gems on it. You can get it for free. But yeah, the weapon's pretty bad. I didn't go over it yet, did I? I mentioned it at the beginning of, or I mentioned it in text, I believe, before the stream started, but I don't think I mentioned it during the stream. But yeah, the weapon's useless. Don't even bother. Just get it naturally from 250 wins, unless you're just getting the emojis or something. Oh, that's what I meant to show too. Let me go show that already, because that's the image I meant to show. Someone did give me the info on that. I asked a while back that if we ever get info on how much the packs cost, that if someone could share it with me. I forget who this was. Let me go actually mention who it was. I can go thank them real quick. But it was Noob. Oh, I have no clue what their actual name is. That's funny. His forum name is Noob. But yeah, he was able to get us this info. And now we know how much the packs cost, which is actually slightly cheaper than I thought. The portraits are... Oh, wait, why don't I check in here? So you can see it on screen. But anyways, the portraits and titles, as you can see, are what we thought they were going to be. They are 25 gems each. So that is pretty much exactly what we already thought. So, for example, that one skull that ended up costing like $10 a couple months back for Cinco de Mayo. We'll be able to get that in like another 2 months for like 25 gems, which is pretty nice. We already knew that all these would be coming back. It's one of the reasons why I did skip a couple of them. But yeah, only 25 gems. So that is pretty cheap and exactly what we thought it was. However, there is one that is even cheaper, and that is the portraits. I was assuming it was going to be around 100, 125, but apparently it seems to be only 50 gems, which, yeah, that's not too bad at all. That's actually really cheap for those. I'm not sure if the ones that have more emojis are going to be higher, but if they're all only 50 gems, that is definitely not too bad. You probably just want to wait on a lot of these emoji packs, and I'm still going to be getting most of them immediately if I'm already getting the packs anyways. Like, for example, during class events, I normally buy up pretty high just to power level it so I can show the video, normally on the Friday of or the Saturday of, just so it takes less time. So I normally naturally have those packs, but I do skip, I believe, one of the events. Which one is it? I believe it's Raids? I can't actually recall which one it was now. Wait, was it Raids? Was it Tower of Doom? I think it's Tower of Doom. Yeah, Tower of Doom I skip both of them on. Only Tower of Doom. Raids I actually do, even though I probably shouldn't. It's a little bit of a waste of gems. But Tower of Doom is the only one I actually currently skip. But yeah, you can get them for only 50 gems. It's not too bad at all. So that's just a announcement on that. It does take a while. It takes like 2 months or so before they come back around. 2-3 months, somewhere around there in that general ballpark. Once they do come back around, apparently titles and emojis, titles and portraits are only 25 gems, and emoji packs are only 50 gems. Of course, that is subject to change, but as it currently stands, it seems to be the way it is. Anyways, let me go get rid of that. There we go. Also, that means that all the other older ones should be cycling around soon. I'm still missing a couple of them, just because, again, as I mentioned, I skipped all the Tower of Doom ones. So soon I'll be able to buy those paw prints and whatever else we were missing here. We're missing like a few pointless portraits, but we'll have them soon. Though I do actually want those paw prints. I was actually going to use some of them. These I wouldn't really use at all. But oh yeah, also they added this emoji. They have released a beast upon this game, because now you can do stuff like bone into that, or let's see, what other weird ones are there? There's bone to that. If you don't have the bone, you can do sword into that. You can do chainsaw into that. Let's see. What other ones do they have? How much more immature can we be right now? I don't know. Which ones look close? We have an axe into that. We have a tower into that. That's, I think, about the closest we can get. Let's see. Any other one? I guess a flag. Get all the euphemisms in there. I don't know which one works the best. Let's see. Which one does global chat tell? I'm gonna get banned now. Yeah, I can't help it. What else would you use that emoji for? Let's see. Which one looks the best? Oh no. I still like the sword. The sword into it. I think that one works the best. That or the bone. But there we go. I know, bans. Wait, ban hammer. There we go. Anyways, that was fun. Hey, I can't help it. They added it. There was a 100% chance someone was going to do that eventually. Anyways, let's go and move that over. Get a Dawnbringer down. Let's see. Move that over. Oh yeah, you could use it for splash damage, I guess. That would make sense, actually. What is my opinion about the next Mythic? Which one is the next Mythic? They keep moving Mythics around because, they keep... I don't know. They just keep moving Mythics around. Let me go check. What even is next Mythic these days? I'm pretty sure I know what it does. I just didn't bother reading it yet. I mean, I didn't bother checking to see which one is actually next, I mean. Oh, no, this one I actually haven't read yet. The next Mythic is coming out the day after 4th of July. So July 5th. Gain magic ×2 plus 8 armor. If there is 13 or more skulls, not sure if that counts Doom Skulls, probably. Give double the armor. Then create a mix of 22 blue and red gems. So basically, this troop is trying to be as bad as Stonehammer, apparently. It has 50% spell reduction. It has 60%. Oh, never mind. Ooh. So this is basically like a version of okay, that's interesting. This new Mythic that's coming out the day after 4th of July, it's basically Stonehammer, but good. Kind of. Big keyword on the kind of. But that actually is an interesting concept. I don't think it's going to be viable. But the main thing I'm saying that's going to make it viable is all 3 of its traits are absurdly good. It has all red allies gain 1 to all skills at the start of each turn. Though this is a really weird way to do red. You would expect red to be something really offensive. They made it as defensive as possible. But it gives all red allies 1 stat per turn, so one of those standard stat troops. It has 60% skull reduction and has 50% spell reduction, which is the highest skull spell reduction combo of any troop in the game currently, and probably forever, given that it is a Mythic after all. So that's pretty solid, and it gains a lot of armor. Unfortunately, it has no offensive options whatsoever. However, it does create blue and red does feed back into his mana. He is a green, red, yellow. Overall, I feel like this thing is probably not going to be used, but I like the concept at least. It's a cool concept of troop. Like, even if that one's useless, at least it's an interesting concept. Tacet report. Did you guys really report me for that? That's pretty funny. Let's see. We'll go take a brown over. I'll go create some blues because why not? Wait, what are we targeting? Oh, duh, I forgot. That actually does damage, doesn't it? There we go. Throw it on, bring it down. Let's see. I'm gonna lose my renowned status. Or whatever that was, revered. They're gonna roll it back. They actually can roll that back. I don't think they would over that, though. But they can. I'm not sure if they even ever have bothered. I think they just kind of mentioned that just for the sake of it. I haven't seen a single person yet who is below the base level of the thing. Because even if someone did dip down, it is so easy to repair it. Let's see. Okay, we'll take that down. I'll take the red. We'll grab a just a hit right there to get rid of his summon. And it was killed with Dawnbringer. Oh, so hello, Ricati. Welcome. Ricatiful, I mean. Oh, so we should be able to get away with Dawnbringer for one more set. The Tacet R-rated. That's funny. I don't know. I have been considering doing a mature stream eventually. I haven't bothered doing one yet. Oh, it might eventually. I don't personally drink, but we'll find other fun things to do. Or at least fun things to talk about. Because there's a lot I normally don't talk about just to make sure I keep things PG. Though I naturally don't ever curse. It's not me just trying to stop myself from cursing, I just never curse. But, yeah, I don't know, we might eventually do it. We'll see. Salty's been talking about it forever, too, and still hasn't. As well as myself. I think we've been mentioning it for, like, 2 years now. I never bothered doing one yet. And on YouTube, it's even easier, too, because you can just age restrict a video. Though, like, 98% of my viewer base is already over 18, though. So it's not really that big a deal. But still, there's some people that have family that has their kids that watch. So I try. I behave myself. Well, we'll kill the Valraven there. And, take a red over. Grab, what else do we need? This will take a skull there. Do a stream with Salty over Skype Discord? That would be an interesting concept. Maybe eventually. Problem with that is connection issues. Because they're all the way in Australia. My connection's not the greatest. Their connection's not the greatest. Is War Mythic useful for anything? Not really. He's not the worst Mythic in the game. That would be the thing that was just released. But War is pretty far down there. And since he's not associated with a kingdom, he's not really ever really gotten for any purpose. They actually buff nerfed him a while back. That nerfed him so hard that he basically became useless. They ended up getting rid of his 50% chance to do true damage with 25% skull reflect, which basically made him dead content. He wasn't even overpowered when they ended up making that change either. But that change that they ended up making to him nerfed him so hard that he became useless. Not sure why they did that, but they did. They make a lot of questionable decisions in regard to stuff like that before. I'm not even sure if they were trying to buff it or nerf it to this day. If they were trying to buff it, gosh, they messed up. Really, really hard. Like, they buffed the ability, but they nerfed his traits, which is weird. But overall, it was more so a nerf than a buff. Like, they gave him an extra turn off his trait, and I believe one other tweak. But they also got rid of his 50% chance to do true damage on his skulls, which was the whole reason he was even used. You got Wild Queen. Is she any good? Yes, Wild Queen actually got buffed a couple months back and is actually viable now. It's particularly good on purple and green Guild War days, but you can also run it in some PvP teams. You basically just keep stealing attack, keep making your first slot just kill out everything with skulls, and just keep going from there. Works out decently. Is there a way to set a permanent pet battle team? No. You would have to constantly keep changing it per one. It does save it per set. However, there's like 10 to 12 different sets of them that you need to have them saved for, and it will individually save each single one. And there's no way to have multiple teams set up. You can only have one set up for each of those individual things. However, you could have the same team set up for literally every single one of those if you want to. You just have to set it individually, like about 12 times or so. But after you set those, once for each, then it's set permanently until you change it to something else again. And then you have to keep constantly changing it one by one. It's one of the reasons why I normally don't change that team, and I currently just run Key Team with it, though Key Team does work pretty well for it. But it just takes so long to actually switch all of them to whatever team you want to go do. I think just a week ago, I finally changed out the last one to not be the Divine meta, which is what I used to have set for all of them. Wish there was a uniform way just to change them all simultaneously. It would be a lot easier. Better have a multi-team different ways, or, you know, like various teams that you could switch between. Because generally, if there was a way to set multiple teams and be able to switch between them within seconds, it would actually be better to run 2 different teams for every pet battle. You would run one team for the first 4 battles and then another team for the final 4 battles, particularly the final 2, possibly even 3 teams then. Like one for the first 4, then for the next 2, then for the next 2. And have 3 different teams that you switch between within like a few seconds, not even. And that would be the most optimal way to really run pet battles, but unfortunately you can't do that. At least currently. Let's see. But yeah, did anyone else have any questions? Let me know. Yeah, it can be a little bit hard to get mythics. There's a lot of things that you generally need to do, though it does generally just come down to pure luck. Though the easiest way to try to increase your chance of getting mythics is, of course, just being a decent guild that gets all guild tasks completed every single week. And ideally, guilds that do even more than that, like also get all the tasks done every single week. Or not tasks, but by tasks, I mean like all the guild-related events. Like, for example, Guild Wars this week and raids other weeks and stuff like that. So that you can get all of those orbs. Will I marry you? No. Not looking for anything like that right now. Not at all. I do have a few people that I do like occasional sexual stuff with. But as far as like actual long-term relationships like that, no, I'm not dealing with that anymore. I have tried in the past, and after a few attempts, I'm like, no. Not until later in life. Probably not until like my mid-30s. Am I really going to be looking for something like that again? Let's see. Move that over. I'm only 24 right now, so. Pretty much just friends with benefits for now. In that regard. Let's see. Just kill that out and kill the other thing. Who hurt me? No one. Though there is a longer explanation to that radial. Because I was actually molested when I was younger. Long story on that. For another time, though. But that is a whole conversation in itself. Let's see. We'll throw that down on final slot. Grab our red over. Get our Dawnbringer down. JZG. Let's see. Take the purple there. Grab that skull, and he's dead. Okay, do we have all that? There we go, level 60, and we get that useless portrait. Wait, what's the title for this one? Surfing the Net, that's not good. I've still been using the same title I have been the entire time. No problem, Starlight. Yeah, it's a long story. I'll eventually mention it. I don't mind talking about it, it's just, obviously, it's not that PG. At all. To go over it. So, we will eventually. That'd be something good to do for the other stream. If we ever do get around to it. Let's see. We'll take the reds for now. Grab a... let's go for Dawnbringer for now. Marriage. Week 1, day 1. Not too bad. Give it another few years. Let's see. We'll go take that out. Get a Dawnbringer. Now you feel bad for bringing it up. Oh no, don't feel bad, Radial. Don't feel bad. Do you think the new class is any good? Yes. The new hero class is actually really solid. Not the absolute best in the game. I'm not even sure if it makes top 5. but it's definitely above the better half of hero classes in the game. That makes it better than what, like 10 other classes? I forgot how many hero classes there are now. Isn't there like 22? So it makes it better than about 11 hero classes at least. It's definitely top 10. Not sure if it's top 5. But it's okay. It has a lot of things going for it. It's more of a 3rd or a 4th slot troop, even though I'm ironically using it for 1st slot right now. Obviously, it's not really meant for that, but in this context, it's fine. I'm just trying to level it and stuff. But yeah, this hero class is okay. It has the best submerge of any hero class. It has submerge whenever it takes damage. It has submerge every extra turn. It has one of the best spell reduction overall of any hero class, with Plague Lord being the tie with it pretty much. It has, in regard to that, it has 20% spell reduction. It has a freeze at start of battle. It has a cleanse, so you don't need to worry about that kind of stuff. It has submerge, so you can dodge everything. So it has quite a bit of spell reduction. You could also end up setting some of these to extra HP, which end up making it harder to kill, of course, too, with spells. But yeah, it's pretty much tied or around the same effectiveness as Plague Lord is at negating out spells. So just in a slightly different angle compared to that other troop. So that ends up working out pretty decently. And other than that, even though it doesn't have Storm Tree, it does still have that explosion. Instead of exploding a yellow every extra turn, it explodes a blue. So it still has that premise attached to it. Excuse me, attached to it. But yeah, the hero class is decent. I'd probably use it for Blue Guild War Day. And that is honestly probably the furthest extent to which I would use this hero class. I can't really think of much other instances where I would use it. However, using a 4x Merfolk team for Blue Day now as your defend team, or maybe even offensively too, but definitely as your defend team for that day, is probably going to be pretty solid. It's kind of weird because one of the best counters to blue is a pure blue team. I know that makes almost no sense, but the way that blues are, that kind of is the way to play blues, is you use blues to counter blues. Doesn't really make much sense, but it kind of is how it is, and whoever's blue team runs first ends up getting the win. Kind of weird. It is how it normally pans out. You know what? We might as well just use this here team all the way. Actually, not too bad. And again, we're starting to get to the point where we don't have enough damage to kill these. Is the weapon any good? No, the weapon's pretty bad. Unless you're in like early game or something, you're not really going to bother with it. And even then, you're probably barely bothering with it. Like, if you're under level 500, I guess it could be okay. You can get a Zur for free from Merlantis Kingdom. And then you just use that weapon with it. Maybe below even just 200 or 250. But once your level starts getting quite a bit higher, it's going to become pretty useless. And you're never going to use it for Blue Guild War Day just because it's going to block too much. Both on your defend or on your invasion team, it just blocks way too much mana. And it's not going to be worth it. Also, the perks it has are pretty underwhelming. It has like 2 extra life to all allies and a bunch of other useless stuff that does almost nothing. I think the best thing it has is just a cleanse onto self, but even that's not much. Especially since the hero class itself already has a cleanse attached to it. Which kind of makes it redundant. Oh, why did I not kill out the blue? That would have made a lot more sense. It will. Let's see. Did I get the new Mythic? Yes, we just had a video covering it. It is uploaded in public, right? I know I uploaded it. Did I not make it public? Pretty sure I did. Almost like 100% sure I did. Let me just double check real quick. Who knows? Maybe I might have clicked it and made it not. Oh no, it's up. There we go. But yeah, the video's up on the Mythic. I'm not really going over it much this stream just because it's so bad. We're mainly just trying to level up this hero class, getting the event done, and going from there. So I can cover a video going over this hero class. I will be doing a team's video and stuff for it either later today or tomorrow. Hopefully later today. I need at least level 70 on this hero class though to be able to do it. Also, as I mentioned earlier, once we hit the end of the class event, I will hand out a redeem code. And the rest of the time, we're probably going to be grinding up this hero class and maybe messing around with some various teams that might be able to utilize it. We're probably mainly grinding because we can't really get a good idea of how this hero class will work until we get it to at least level 70. It's generally how most hero classes go, which is why I normally spend a little bit of gems on them. This one, I ended up spending all tiers. I ended up buying all the way to tier 7, including tier 7 once. But I think that was, what, about 1,500 gems or so? And I mainly just did that so we can expedite the speed at which we end up getting the hero class up. I've generally been doing that with pretty much every hero class now. It is a little bit pricey to level up your hero classes with gems, but I don't know, helps get the video out a little bit quicker, so it works out. We have the spirit gems, so one of the few things we splurge them on. Okay, that's not worth taking, so we'll throw a Dawnbringer there. What do you consider the top 3 mythics in game? That depends on what you're using them for, because depending on what you're referring to, that could change greatly. Like if you're referring to PvP or delves or what. But if you can name specifically, if you mean overall, that's slightly harder to really mention, because normally if you mention overall, you mention which 3 are worth crafting first, rather than just like overall. But I don't know, if you mention like the specific thing, I could tell you. Like for delves or for PvP or anything like that. Guild Wars. But the first 3 to craft, which is I believe the main thing that you're mentioning with that, is mainly Infernus because it's all around good. Iron Gut because it solos all delves. And Fairish Ra because it helps expedite the rate at which you'd be able to go and accumulate souls, which is particularly good for getting Dawnbringer as well as doing the millions of souls that you need to upgrade everything in the game. I forget what the total amount of souls is that you need these days, but I believe it's somewhere around 7,000 to 8,000, I want to say, counting Dawnbringer, or maybe not counting Dawnbringer. I know it's slightly under 10 million. I don't believe it's over 10 million yet, but having a Fairish Ra will greatly reduce that grind time. The farming ones? Well, that also depends what you refer to as farming then. Well, if you're referring to just farming, then Infernus for PvP, then Fairish Ra for, well, it would still be the same 3, actually, in that regard, then. Infernus for gold. I know he doesn't directly give you gold, but he's really good for just winning PvP with, so he technically gives gold in that regard. Really good early game damage source, as well as just throughout the entire game. But, yeah, it would actually still be the same 3, then, if you're just referring to resources. Because Infernus is technically gold, Fairish Ra is then souls, and then Iron Gut is gits and other various stuff from delves at a high amount. Top 3 for PvP and Guild Wars? I think what the other PvP ones are. For Guild Wars, I'd probably say at this current moment in time, it is something like Wild Queen. Actually, you know what? That's actually a hard one to think of now. I'm trying to think of like what would have the most overlap too, or the most amount of usefulness. Wild Queen's definitely good. That's like auto win purple and green. I guess you technically use it for brown too. But let's see. Let me try to think of it. You have to think of ones that actually score well too. I may even just double check some of my team just to get a refresher on what that might be. But for PvP, it's basically damage sources. Things like Infernus, Wardbreaker, stuff like that. Anything that can quick kill the enemy is generally what works well for PvP, as far as mythics are concerned. Anything that has a really high damage cast, particularly a high damage cast with a potential of extra turn, is everything that works for PvP and the things that you'd want to consider crafting first. Yeah, what would the 3 Guild War ones be? It's definitely Wild Queen is definitely one. That's hands down one. Wild Queen is actually extremely good ever since they buffed it. Let's see. Let me go double check. I'm pretty sure as soon as I start checking, it's going to refresh my mind immediately. So that one you don't need any mythics for. Dawnbringer doesn't count. When did I switch to Iron Gut team for that? That doesn't use any. Kind of funny how few of these actually do use mythics. Oh yeah, Tina. Oh yeah, Tina's really good for PvP too. So yeah, I guess Tina. So I'm not really sure how much you really need that for Guild Wars. It's more of a PvP troop than a Guild War troop. Tina 9000. So I guess the PvP ones then are Infernus, Worldbreaker, and Tina 9000. Because they're all relatively good damage sources that are either really high damage overall or just end up getting a single cast that can just overall just do pure damage. But Guild Wars is definitely Wild Queen. I'm actually surprised how few mythics I actually use these days for Guild War days. I'm trying to think of like other ones that score ridiculously high in Guild Wars, other than Wild Queen. Because Wild Queen covers like all your bases. It makes their attack go down to 0 so that they can't damage you. It makes your attack go really high so you can score high really quick. It gives skulls so you can get damage really quick. And it gives you mana and extra turns so that you don't waste as many turns. Like everything about Wild Queen is like pure everything that you need for Guild Wars. There's very few other troops that really cover all that basis under Mythics. What's kind of funny is there's literally legends that do it, but very few Mythics. Like Yalgwei does it too. Yalgwei just infinitely loops it and does everything that would be good for scoring very well in Guild Wars. Yeah, it's surprising how few Mythics actually do that. Though this new Mythic that's coming out next month, actually might be really good for Guild Wars. It's red normally does not have a good defensive option, and it's going to be just really good at mitigating down enemy damage. 50% spell reduction, 60% skull reduction, and extra stats to all your red for red Guild War. How are your Guild War defend teams doing so far? Oh yeah, I can go show that real quick. You can do that after this battle. Oh yeah, Wild Queen is by far probably the best troop in the entire game for Guild Wars right now. It's hard to think of some of the other ones, because just because a troop gives +1 to all stats per turn does not mean it is good in Guild Wars. For example, Champion of Anu, and even if it does Perpetual Storm and stuff, like Champion of Anu, which does +1 to blues per turn, Skady, which does blue storm perpetually the entire turn, Scorpius for +1 to browns all turn. They're not necessarily actually good for Guild Wars. Yes, you do occasionally use them for Guild Wars in some team compositions, but overall, they don't like instantly make you win those Guild War days. They're helpful, but they are really underwhelming, apparently. They don't seem to do as much as you'd kind of expect them to do on their respective Guild War days. It's by no means an auto win having one of those. Okay, we'll take a blue there. And his kill with that skull. There would be enough damage. Yes, it is. Can you say hello to your wife, Susie? Hello, Susie! Welcome to the stream. She doesn't believe you're live. I am a robot. I am definitely not live, Susie. 100% not live right now. Kaki is lying to you. Let's see. We'll go and throw down the queen map. Yeah, all of our streams are live whenever it says live. I mean, all of our streams itself are live. Obviously, when I post them after the fact, they're not live. But, yeah, right now they're live. We stream every Friday and Saturday around 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time in the morning for a few hours. And every single day at around 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for about an hour or two. And occasionally some other streams through in there occasionally. Okay, he's gonna get barrier and everything. I might just go take a skull there. A little bit overkill, but well. Also, why have I not changed this team? I guess I might as well just go all the way at this point. We came this far with it. Might as well go all the way. Oh yeah, Guild War Defend. Let me go check that. My bad. When spending keys for mythics, what is the best order to use them and why? That really depends on what you're looking to try to achieve from opening the keys. Generally, when I open keys, I open them in order of gem, glory, and guild chests. However, if you are at any point where you don't have all the guardians maxed out, you probably want to open them in order of guild chests, gem chests, and then glory chests. And the reason for this is when you don't have all of them maxed yet, you want to, well, get them to the point that they are. So you want to try getting all the guardians all the way upgraded. The reason why I open gem keys first is they give ultra rare ingots and the best chance of epic ingots, and overall is just giving us the best amount of ingots that we need. Whereas guild chests have a 0% chance of giving us ingots, which is why I always open the glory and gem keys first, as I don't really need to do the other ones yet, because I want to get those ingots before I go and open the other ones. So I generally like opening all my gem keys and all my glory keys before I ever get into the guild keys. But however, if you haven't already gotten all those, the 4 copies of Mythic, of all 6 the guild guardian troop things, then you probably want to go and do those guild chests first, and then do gem, and then do glory. There are some instances where you might want to consider doing glory first, and these are mainly if you have not upgraded every single rare in the game to max, in which case you would probably want to do glories prior to gems keys. But in most instances, for most players, the order is probably gem key, glory keys, then guild keys last. Oh yeah, sorry, let me go check the thingy. Someone did ask about that, my defend teams. And we'll finish out these last 2 rounds, or, yeah, last 2 rounds. I didn't mean last 2 battles. I said it right the first time. Anyways, also, I should probably go do that pet bomb here. Probably even the daily thing as well as the dungeons. But anyways, what was I doing? Guild Wars defends. Someone was asking how our defend teams were doing. So far, we are at 0-11. Oh, wow, this was at 3-12 earlier. Apparently, someone else got their battle in. Before, these were both 3-12. But somehow, they got another battle there. But so far, we're 0-11, 3-13, 3-12, 1-8, and the other ones haven't gone yet. Also, this is the team I'm planning on putting the hero class in. Once we get the hero class to level 70, maybe we'll wait till level 100. Though we might have it to level 100 by the time Guild Wars comes back in next month. But, yeah, this is the one team, and probably the only thing I'll be using this hero class for after we get it maxed. And that is for my Defend Blue Day. It is going to be really good with a bunch of merfolks for blue defense, because Undying is a really good blue counter, despite it being blue. And, yeah, you can just build it around that. So that's probably the one day I'll end up using that hero class. But that's probably the only thing I'll probably use it for the most part. Unless AoEs come back to be meta in some way, there's really not much of another reason to bring out this hero class. Unless Submerge can counter out whatever we would need to combat against. But before I forget, let me go and clear out this pet real quick. We're currently doing with a Shaman, so let me actually go and do this with the class, because I do want to get this class leveled. Where it is, Tidecaller, equip. Some free quick EXP on this guy. Hello, Brushak. Welcome. That should pretty much be enough to kill, and just kill it with the egg right there. Oh no, he lived with 1 HP. Easily kill it though. VIP keys first only that you need to use gems for, that you don't normally want to put too many into VIP chests. But yeah, it's weird how it is, but VIP chests are almost not worth it anymore. Like, they're still okay to have. They're still theoretically, like, if you're spending gems on keys, they are still technically the best way to spend your gems, because if you're buying them in 50 bulks, they do have the highest chance of getting a mythic in the entire game. Compared to buying gem keys, relative to every gem you spend, it has about twice the rate of getting a mythic than opening gem keys. So in that regard, if you're actually spending gems on chests, VIP chests aren't that bad. But generally, you do want to try avoiding gems, even with a 25,000 gem stack, or more like 24,000 now. I still avoid ever opening VIP chests, just because there's so many other things that you would normally want to use your gems on. Yes, VIP chests are technically the easiest way to pull mythics, though. But that doesn't mean that they're the best way to gain mythics. Because you normally want to use all your free keys first. Yeah, VIP chests have 10 times the rate of, about 10 times the rate of gaining a mythic compared to that of gem chests. Which means they have about 2 times the rate. Because they are 5 times more expensive than a gem chest. Even though they're theoretically 10 times the rate, they're really only 2 times the rate. Yeah, 1 mythic per 100 VIP chests is about the drop rate of VIP chests. That is correct. It's not a guaranteed chance, but generally opening 100 VIP chests is a really, really solid chance that you would get 1 mythic out of it. The only problem with that is that does cost 4,500 gems. You do get several other high rarity drops, like a lot of legends from that, and quite a few epics, and some gold. But it is pretty expensive. 4,500 gems, and it's not even 100% chance for a mythic. So it is a really, really high chance. Each VIP key is like a few percent chance that you would end up getting a mythic. I forget the exact rate. It's somewhere around 3% per VIP key. Somewhere around there. Why am I taking blue? I don't need blue. I'll go move that over. Grab a destroy down. Get a key. And let's kill with that. Does it matter what pet you wear? No, you'll automatically have every pet active simultaneously, regardless of which one you wear. There's no point in which one you wear. It is fully for cosmetic reasons, so just wear whichever one you find to be the cutest, or whichever one you want to wear for whatever reason. But yeah, the pet that's on your shoulder is 100% cosmetic. It doesn't do anything. So you can just put whatever one you want there. Yeah, like right now we have every single pet that we could possibly have active simultaneously. Obviously, a lot of those bonuses don't work. Like, for example, using, let's say, 3 or 4 knights on our team. Obviously doesn't work because we do not have 3 or 4 knights on our team, so we're not getting any bonus in that regard. But for example, like Mimics 5% gold, Lucky's 5% souls, those little things that give extra mastery and stuff like that. Like, all those pets are active right now. And they will be for every battle, even if we're not wearing them. $4K gems down the drain, ouch. Yeah, I have done that before. I spent 250 VIP chests once just to get 1 mythic. I think it was, what mythic was that? I can't even remember now. But there was 1 mythic where we spent 250 VIP chests just to get 1 copy. Which is excessively high. How many gems would that be? Let's see, 2,250 each time. What's that times 5? 2,250. That's how much a 50 bulk costs, I believe so. 2,250 times 5. 11,250 gems for 1 mythic. Ouch. And that is why I use the other keys. So back then, the economy of the set up for key spamming. Toy soldiers. That's a lot of toy soldier. There we go. 1 step closer to getting that maxed. Anyways, let me actually, speaking about that, let me go see if I can upgrade any of my pets. Because we do have a few of them that weren't upgraded earlier. Well, we can ascend this. Not sure if I can actually level it, though. Let's see how much brown pet food do we have. Oh, enough. Don't even need to go into white, so that's good. We'll get that maxed. Let's see. Can we get you 2 maxed? Probably not, but we'll give it a shot. We'd have to go into white pet food, and how about the blue one? Nope. There's no way to do it. At least not viably. So let me go just get the other one down for now. And there we go. From that, or not souls, I mean orb. Once we end up getting that down. And it's the only pet that we could theoretically upgrade that we can't because we don't have enough food. There we go. Okay, let's go in the mail. Grab both of these. There we go, 10 gems. Okay, next order of business. Let's go get this event done. Actually, let me go do dungeons real quick before I forget. Then we'll go get the event done and then go from there. Let me go do my shaman real quick with key team. Or not shaman. Let me do it with merfolk. Or with the, what's it called? Wait, what's it called again? I forget now. Tidecaller. Equip that right next to Titan. Hello, Alan. Yep, everything's been going very well. Thanks for asking. Should we do daily tasks if they want us to spend gems? Yes. I originally kind of said no. But they're actually so ridiculously quick to cycle through that they are worth it, even in late game. Or even in, regardless of what point in the game you're in. Generally, you don't want to actually spend gems on gem keys, though. Like, if you have to spend 10 gems on a single gem key just to get the task done for 5 gems, I wouldn't say it's worth it. But if you already have a gem key laying around or the glory keys laying around, then yes, it is worth it. It's really only with the gems one when you should consider if you do go out of your way or not for it. That or just try farming a gem key out of something. But you shouldn't have to buy gem keys with gems. But if you just have a gem key laying around, yes, it is worth it. And in the case of gold keys and glory keys, it is worth buying because there's no point in not buying them. Because there's no really like gem penalty or anything like that. But yes, it is worth doing those gem tasks. Because they cycle within seconds. You just open the keys, get them done within like 5 seconds, boom, done. Hello, Nick S. And yes, the new Mythic is 100% useless. That is correct. Yeah, Fallen Valdis did take us a decent amount. So did Queen Aurora. Or not Queen Aurora, my bad. What's her name? That one Queen. Though she doesn't have Queen in her name. That one Damon Queen. Gosh, what's her name now? Forget. Because she's so useless still. Amnesia. Amnesia took us an absurd amount of keys. That might actually been the one that took 250 VIP keys. Yeah, Amnesia was just absurd how much we needed for her. Actually, it might not have been VIP keys, but I know we used like thousands of keys on her. Yeah, Queen of Sin took us a decent amount too. I believe Amnesia beat that out though. Anyways, so that's that. Let's go and finish out this event, and then we'll hand out a code, and then we'll go power level this hero class. So we just have 7 more battles to do, and then we can move on to power leveling this hero class. Let's see, how close are we? We still need several more levels. We might be able to reach that by the end of the stream, though. We'll see. Gonna be close. Okay, I'll just take that for now. Get our Dawnbringer back up. That'll give us the cast we need to start doing stuff again. Another Dawnbringer. Not gonna hit the bird for now. Let's throw a poke there. Throw it right into another Dawn. And then we get another poke right there. And then he's dead. Yeah, Amnesia killed almost every resource we had. I think that was the only Mythic. I'm pretty sure that was like the one Mythic where it was like, wow, we might actually run out of resources. I have never once not gotten a Mythic on the first day of release. Every single Mythic that has ever been released I have gotten on day 1. But there was almost a time I ran out of resources, and I believe it was Amnesia. Like, we got really low. To the point that we almost zeroed out our resources to try to get it. Let's see. But the current economy of the game is way better for doing that. It might still seem hard early on in the game, but once you get to like late game and end game, The current economy of the game is super generous for getting pretty much every single piece of new content. I'm just gonna kill Corvash outright just to make sure I don't feed it blue. Of course it would actually hit the correct target. The only thing that would be effective against and actually hit it. Unfortunate, but oh well. Still not too big a deal. Oh yeah, that's funny. He actually stunned my cleanse, so I can't cleanse and stun away. Funny. Hey, I guess that cleanse on that weapon is useful. Because you would still have it on that weapon even if you were stunned. All the affixes on weapons still worked even if stunned. Because they're part of the weapon, not part of your traits. Yeah, there's no way to actually disable those affixes. Stun will not do it. Of course, most weapons have pretty useless affixes. Something like that new weapon that came in last week, that one drill, has 20% instant kill in a sight loop. That's not too bad. Should have taken those reds. It actually had full mana there. So would have taken it into some more manas. Let's throw Dawnbringer and that'll be that. And the last few battles. Just grab that next reward, hopefully get a level from it. Yep, level 62. And then we get like 30 XP off of that. And we go from there. We just need 8 more levels. So yeah, we should be able to get to at least level 68 this stream. And then I can finish it out between the streams. And if I have time, I'll just cover the video in between. Should be able to get done today, I would think. If you only keys once per month, does opening keys for daily tasks hurt your chance for the monthly mythic? Theoretically, yes. However, I guess technically, if you don't get the mythic off of any of your drops, then you didn't really hurt your mythic chance. Because only if you actually got a mythic from that key would that theoretically have been a mythic when you got a new mythic. So if that mythic was bad, then yes. But no, overall, it doesn't really hurt it that much. If you're just opening a few keys between that time, it's not really hurting it much. Like between that time, you're at most only going to be opening like 10 to 20 gem keys, which isn't really going to hurt you at all. And the glory keys it tells you to open isn't really going to have much of an effect on it either. Alright, that's one thing, nice thing about that cleanse on trait. As well as any cleanse that are on trait. The cleanse triggers before your board control, or before the board swipe. So for example, right now we are frozen on yellow. However, we will not lose our turn because the cleanse triggers before the check on freeze. It's one of the few things that works in correct order in this game. Well, I shouldn't say that. There's actually quite a few things that do. But it's one of the things that isn't in a weird order. It does it in the way that you would kind of expect it to. But yeah, the cleanse does work before the freeze. So you won't just randomly lose your turn if you try taking an extra turn on a color that would have been frozen. Because the cleanse triggers first. That has pretty nice interaction. Okay, 2 more battles. This one, then the next one. Of course, I'm still going to probably do more later. For leaderboard's sake. But, I don't know. Maybe we won't even go for leaderboard. I probably should because of how many battles we bought. But, I don't know. Leaderboard just gets so contested sometimes. For only 75 gems in an orb. It's always funny comparing it to the Nintendo Switch leaderboard. Because still to this day on Nintendo Switch, you can actually leaderboard just by doing the free battles. And nothing else but the free battles. Oh, that reminds me. I forgot to do the class event yesterday. No! I forgot to do the class event on Nintendo Switch yesterday. Because I forgot we weren't getting a new hero class this Friday. Like, for this version we did. For most people. But I don't believe Nintendo Switch did. Or who knows, maybe it did and I didn't miss it. I'm pretty sure they didn't. Maybe go double check. Or maybe that's why I forgot to do it, because there wasn't one. No, I'm pretty sure there was. If it did get a new hero class, I wonder what it is. I don't think it would have been Thief. But that would be a nice one if we ever did give that finally. For the Switch version. Okay, and at this point we just kill it with a skull, and by that I mean never mind. We can't do that, so let's take this and then kill it with that, and dead. Also, I could have sworn that thing was 11 mana cost. I didn't realize it was 12, but oh well. It is a pretty decent troop, though. It has really good synergy within its own kingdom. A lot of things have submerged within that kingdom, and you can get a lot of blues for them. Also, the kingdom didn't really have a proper blue generator until that thing was added. Oh yeah, let me go check. We might have gotten a new hero class. Maybe that's why I didn't do it yesterday, because there wasn't one. Maybe I didn't forget. Oh yeah, there is a new hero class, Sunspear. You're right. Hey, I didn't forget it. Nice. Wait, why are we getting Sunspear though? Wasn't that added a bit later? Wait, was Frost Mage? Wait, did Sunspear and Frost Mage come out before Thief? I could have sworn that Thief came out before them. Was that not the case? I don't remember. Yeah, I don't remember now. Yeah, that means Frost Mage, I believe, is next hero class then after that. Because I'm pretty sure it came right immediately after. It was like back-to-back double water tree. Okay, we'll go through a hit right there. Get another hit right there. And I'll be matched. And Dawnbringer for the kill. Yeah, Sunspear, Frost Mage, Thief. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, I'm actually interested to get that Frost Mage weapon. It's basically Dawnbringer for newer and mid-range players. And I'm not planning on getting Dawnbringer anytime soon on that account. Okay, let's go claim this. Please be a blue or purple. It's not a blue or purple. It'll be useful on the other account, not on this one. There we go. And we'll go for leaderboard later. Look at it. Look at how contested it already is. Gotta do 50 battles just to get top 100, and that's gonna go way higher. It's probably gonna be like 60 just to get it. But we'll do it later. For 75 gems and 1 orb at this point, might as well. Yeah, that's that for now. Let me go hand out a code. I did say once we reach that point, I would hand out a code, so let me go do just that. Oh, I need to go, didn't bother copy-pasting them yet. Let me go do that real quick. 1 second. Let's make sure I don't accidentally copy-paste this into chat. That would be pretty funny. No, it wouldn't. Like, here's 30 redeem codes. Could you imagine if I accidentally did that? That would be such a gigantic fail. Such a ridiculously gigantic fail. Hey, do you guys want 30 redeem codes? No. Let's see. Mark that down. Copy, copy, paste, save. Make sure I only have 1 on the copy. Let's see. That should be fine. Put that right there. There we go. Make sure that's actually the right one. Yeah, it's fine. And there you go. I did that once. That was because it showed up on screen. And it wasn't a total of 30. I think it was only like 10 at that time. And not everyone ended up using it. So it did actually last a little bit longer. But yeah, there was one time when some of them like peaked on screen. That's why I always double check my window captures now. Because sometimes this program is weird and it just tries doing a different window. Also, thank you in the media for the subscribe. Much appreciated. Right there, guys, go. There's a redeem code used on gemsofwar.com underneath the game code section, or simply click that link. Your invite code is found in the settings menu, whatever your game says right over there. The redeem code is right over there in chat. Just copy paste random numbers and letters and give the same reward as always. Why didn't it claim? Did I already claim it? Where'd it go? Where'd the code go? I'm pretty sure I claimed it. Am I going crazy? Did I already claim the mail for it? Where did the redeem code go? It says I already claimed. It just chipped me a redeem code. Wait, what? Did I just blank out and I already claimed it? Wait, what happened? Did I not get it? Fail. Well, you guys are probably getting it to work, so as long as you guys get it. What has happened to mine, though? Oh well. We lost our gem key. Let's see. But anyways, next order of business. Time to go power level this thing. So, best way to go do that is figure out what trait stone we need and then go get it. And just go do it in that explore. So currently, blue's at 380. We're almost at base 400 at this point. Let's see. Is that our lowest? No, Skull is. Drock Zoom. Go do this one. But not with that team. With this team. Thinking about getting the new weapon, it seems decent. You know, why does everyone keep asking about that weapon? You know you can get it for free, right? Every hero class weapon you can get for free. Just by getting 250 wins on the hero class. You do not need to spend gems on the weapon. I should probably remind people of that at the beginning of the next video that I do for the class thingy. I think some people might forget because there's multiple ways that you can get some weapons. But yeah, you can get every single class weapon for free without spending a single gem or a single of any resources. You just have to do 250 wins on the class. What am I currently doing? I'm trying to get level 70 Tidecaller right now. So we're spamming Explore for the purpose of farming trait stones, but more so for trying to get this thing maxed. How's the new class? New class is decent. It's above the better half. It has half mana start, so it's automatically good in that regard. But it has a few various extra turn options. Has Cleanse on extra turn, has Explode on extra turn, which is a pretty decent combination. Has the best Submerge amount in the entire game of any hero class. Has Submerge whenever it gets hit, and has Submerge every extra turn it does. Has a lot of things that actually gets for extra turns. But yeah, it's a decent hero class. Not the greatest. Definitely within top 10. And it's a good utility to have around. I would mainly only use it for Blue Guild War Defend. But I would say it's overall better than Frost Mage in most situations. They're both relatively similar. Merlantis has better synergy, or I mean, Tidecaller has better synergy within its own kingdom. Makes it quite a bit better. Doesn't have nearly as many freeze, but has way more Submerge. Let's see, we'll get that exploded, get that down. Oh no! This thing is actually really annoying. I've been noticing this appearing a lot this week because it's the week of the kingdom. But this thing is so annoying because it boosts based on the damage it deals. So it ends up getting an absurd amount of HP every single time, and it has empowered, so it can't stop it. Unless we one-turn it. So I'll be back in one single moment. Let me just go get a quick water. Got thirsty all of a sudden. Okay, we're back. Anyways. Let's see. Well. You're getting 10k still with the guild tasks done. 10k in what? Not sure what you mean by that. Gold farming faster in casual or ranked PvP? Overall, I would probably say casual PvP. I don't know. It depends which way you want to do it. Casual on Warlord 3 and 4 is still pretty high up there. Doing ranked PvP and just taking all the battles, all the 2 and 3 trophies, and any revenges is also a decent rate. Also, just repick spamming casual PvP at normal difficulty and just taking the easier battles also is pretty good rate. It really just depends which way you want to play it out. There's a couple different ways. I'm not sure which one is definitively the quickest. It really just depends which one you prefer playing at any given moment in time. Like doing 2 and 3 trophy PvP is like the most realistic way, or not the most realistic way, but you know, like the actual way that you play the game technically, because you're actually having challenging battles while still getting a lot of decent loot. The repick spam on normal PvP is just if you don't really feel like playing and you just want super easy battles just to grind out. And doing higher difficulty on casual PvP is mainly for trying to power level gold farm. However, it's a little bit annoying because you can actually occasionally lose some battles due to how high their stats are. But you do it with like instant kill stuff like Iron Gut and other similar setups. Okay, we'll take Brown over, get a Sunbird down. Yeah, I tend to do 2 trophies and 3 trophies. I sometimes dodge the 3 trophies though if they're really annoying stuff. And sometimes I do 1 trophy in ranked just to repick the battle instead of spending 1 gem. You just quickly kill the 1 trophy and repick it that way. Yeah, assuming you can win a 1 trophy battle in under a minute, it's actually cheaper just to play out the battle than to bother clicking the repick button in ranked PvP because it costs 1 gem each time, which is pretty expensive. I used to click it some, but it's really not worth it. Yeah, rope dart teams take way too long. There's a lot of battles that take way too long. One of the reasons why I avoid 3 trophy a decent amount. It just depends what team I'm using though too. Like if I'm using a gold farming team, I'd probably actually go more towards 1 or 2. Just because if you're using like Cedric with Key or Cedric with Wardbreaker, you know, stuff like that. Bronze Lock Pistol teams, other similar setups. You do generally want to go more towards 1 and 2 trophy. Just because they die out at a much quicker pace. And you still get that full gold boost each time. If anyone else has any other questions, let me know. Now would be a great time to answer any of them. Since we're going to be doing the same thing for the next hour or 2 pretty much at this point. I mean, just getting this grind done now at this point. So that we can cover the video later. Probably aiming for level 68 by the end of the stream and then just get the rest of it off stream. And have it to 70 by the time I do the video. Because I do need it at 70 before I cover it for a video. What would you recommend for a quick glory and or gold farming team? You're currently using Mercy, Alchemist, Hellcat, and QT. Excellent videos, by the way. Thanks. Wait, what is QT, by the way? Queen Titania. There we go. Do you not have Yagway? You could just build Yagway standard team at that point. That runs pretty quick. Hopefully I'll be able to get that on a Nintendo Switch account as well this week. I've been meaning to get it. Still haven't gotten it yet. But the full concept is Urska Crown, followed by Yagway, Apon, Queen Titania. One of the strongest teams in the game. Works really quick for quick PvP. It doesn't have a gold gain attached to it, but it wins so much quicker that it wouldn't matter. Yeah, feel free to leave a like, as Ben mentioned on the stream. Definitely helps out a lot. Helps get more exposure. I should probably start begging for likes more. I never actually bothered with it. It is something I should do, though. There's a reason why a lot of YouTubers do it. It is actually helpful. Let's see. Let's throw that down. Anything that shows engagement on videos actually helps out videos a lot. Liking a video, disliking a video. Yes, disliking actually helps. Not as much, obviously. Leaving comments, posting in chat, or, you know, like what you guys are doing over there in chat. All those things help towards it. It's actually kind of funny, because that's one of the reasons why streaming somewhat gets prioritized on YouTube. Every single time anyone chats in that chat, it's almost counting as if it's a comment. So every single stream gets like thousands of comments, basically. They don't actually go in the comment section. But as far as the algorithm works, it's almost counting them as equivalent as comments, which is kind of funny. How did you approach your full faction delve teams? Were your delves already high level? Yes. Generally, that's the way you have to kind of go with it, is you have to get your, you need to use potions and or have a high level faction. Every single delve has to run that way, with the only exception being Crypt, where you can get away with having no upgrades and just do it at level 100 and get it done. Just by using 3 Lady Maranas into a Graveseer. But most factions you need to upgrade them for. There are some instances of people doing it at level 100 for other factions. However, Crypt is the only realistic faction where I would say it's worth bothering to try to do that. But no, you do generally need to upgrade them and or potions. There will be another method in the future that will make it easier. As it currently stands, the only real methods are upgrading their horde level and or potions. You did Crypt and Primal at level 100? Yeah. There's someone who posted videos. Was it you, JCG? Can't remember. I think it was you. And there were some people that were posting like level 100 victories on them. It's definitely possible on a few. It just takes a lot of attempts. Your wife is away next week, so it's going to be a party week. Well, I hope you enjoy your time alone. Or some time away. Yeah, being with the same people constantly can get tiring after a while. I know one of my friends lives in a household with 3 of his other friends. And he gets tired of it sometimes. Just because he's always around the same people constantly. Alright, no problem, Starlight. Still have any other questions, let me know. That goes for everyone. You're using Winter Orb 2 times Megavore and Azura? Interesting. I think you would want to use a little bit more board control if you were using double Megavore, though. That, or you might want to replace that one, the Megavores, for board control. Normally, Megavore requires a really high amount of extra turn if you're bothering to run 2 of them. But yeah, that is pretty high extra kill chance. Megavore does stack. 2 of them on your team is 8% per extra turn that you will get a kill. I forget what that comes out to exactly. It's not actually 16%. It's something lower than that. I think it's like 14.5, I want to say. 13.5, somewhere around there. % chance per extra turn that you would get a kill. Playing golf and going to the pub sounds like a pretty nice time then. Okay, what do we take here? So let's go for the red. And then we split into the other hit. And there we go. Never mind, we already got it down. You have 4 of them done so far. 2 with potions. 2 of them at just 100. Very nice. Yeah, the only one I did without potions was at level 188, and that was Crypt. We should probably get that to 200. It's bothering me that it's not at 200. Same as Hollow's Guardians being at 120 for the Peer faction. That one's a lot harder to fix, though. Actually, really, is it? You know what? I could actually fix that next Tuesday. Even if I'm not doing the full thing, I could at least go and buy like 3 packs, get to 150, get leaderboard, do Pure faction there, and then boom, it'll be fixed. You know what? I might do that. I might go finally fix my Hall of Guardians. That'll be completely pointless, though. Oh, no, maybe I won't. Because that will cost, like, a few hundred gems just to fix my paranoia. But the fact that it's not 150 like the other ones. 150 or 500. Hello, Arian. Found your channel this week. I've been playing for a couple years and haven't even unlocked all kingdoms yet. Progressed immensely with your help. Oh, no problem. You must have a lot of resources, though, if you've actually been, like, playing the entire time. Because if you've been in somewhat okay guilds, you probably could accumulate an extremely high amount of resources in that time. Not sure if you were in a guild the entire time, though. I know, it's not paranoia, it's OCD. I'm always like that. Everything has to be, like, perfectly even. Nice, neat, perfect, and even. If anything's, like, slightly off, it just drives me crazy. Everything except the seal amount? My seal amount is normal. Wait, is it normal? Actually, no, my seal amount might be weird. There's no way to really viably fix it, though. With gold, you could. I like my gold always having 3 zeros at the end. I haven't ever messed up my gold, though, ever. On any account. I've always had it with a 000 ending. Though gold is decently easy to fix if you had to, though. You just got here. Mind going over a use for the Tidecaller hero class? The biggest use it will have is Blue Guild War Defend. Particularly with things like Undyne and stuff like that, and Azura and other similar things. Because Blue Guild War Defend was already pretty heavy on using Merfolk like that. So now you can just do it all the way with just with the Merfolk hero class. But that's personally the only thing I will actually be using the hero class for. I'll probably compose a few other teams when I cover a video for it later today. But honestly, that's the only realistic thing I'll probably be using it for. Is Blue Guild War Day Defend. Maybe offensive too, but definitely defensive. Also, what is this team? How is it surviving so hard? Do that. Well, obviously it's this barrier, but still. Let's see. We'll take that over. Stop barriering. I should have taken those yellows first. Could have split damage. I actually do need that split damage before I do anything. This is a really weird battle. There we go. We'll do that just to get rid of it. And now we win as long as he doesn't get an extra turn. It can't be even. You get 19 per day. Well, I meant even as in your guild amount, not the total amount. No, your total amount's almost never going to be even. I was referring to the guild amount. That can theoretically be even, though I don't think mine is currently. You lost your final battle to Goblin Loop? Yes, people do run Goblin Loop for a reason. Goblin Loop can randomly win, regardless of what you do. There is a very small chance that Goblin team just auto wins, and there's not a single thing you can do regardless of what your team is. The only exception being if you put that one freeze hero class on your team. Any hero class that has freeze, something like Frost Mage or Tidecaller or anything like that, or Pride Hunter or Sunspear, I mean. But yeah, that's the only real counter to it. Every other team that doesn't have a freeze that start a battle, it can theoretically just auto lose at any second to a Goblin team. It normally doesn't. Goblin team, once you start killing it out, like once you kill one troop, you pretty much auto win it. But prior to that happening, you can win against theoretically anything with infinite loop. Wouldn't even matter what your composition is. Yeah, we're getting a new dragon pet on Wednesday. I believe it's Groshnock bonus, which is basically pointless. But if I'm not mistaken, that's what it was for. Last I recall. I didn't bother double checking. But when I checked pets months ago, that's what I believe the pet was for. It was Groshnock. It would make sense because it looks like a Wyvern, which is from that kingdom. Level 63. We got a bit of progress to go. Okay. Get a Sunbird in there. And all goes down. Hey, the bottle matches my shirt. Too bad you don't have a words OCD. Necropolis is killing you. You know where Superman works, and it's not Metropolis. Oh no, where does Superman work? I never look into, or I never follow any superhero stuff. So I don't know. But yeah, I don't even know the difference between DC Universe and Marvel at all. Not even to the slightest degree. Let's see. Question. Can you tell us what Goblin Loop team is? It is Nobbin Brothers, Bizbang, Grapplepot, and one other troop. What that one other troop is can vary a lot. But it's either hero set as Thief, Leprechaun, or Siren, more often than not. One of those three. Theoretically, if you were to keep it pure Goblin, it would be Thief hero class. But more often than not, Siren or Leprechaun is, I believe, considered better there. But I believe Siren actually being better than Leprechaun. I've been testing Guild Wars, and so far, Siren is fending better than Leprechaun is. I think it might be because people might counter the green, and if they do that, they counter Leprechaun and the Bizbang. Whereas Siren still gets value even if they counter green. Necropolis? Yeah, someone did say that in the past, that was the way to pronounce it. Salty mispronounces it too. So I'm not the only one. Yeah, there's like 3 different ways I say it. It's Necropolis. Let's see. What was it? What was the third way I mentioned it? It was Necropolis, Necropolis, and I can't remember the third way I used to pronounce it now. I'm starting to get a lower amount of mispronunciations, apparently. Yeah, we got a gnome. It had nothing in it, though. It was a jewel gnome, so I wasn't excited. If that was a glory gnome, I'd be excited. Because that means potentially 1,000 glory or something. But no, jewel gnomes drop table is horrifically bad, especially when it's not a vault event. Because the only good drop it has is vault key. The main gnomes we want to see when it's not a vault event, as well as just in general, but particularly when it's not a vault event, is glory gnome and normal gnome, particularly glory gnome. And if we don't have a pet active, a pet gnome if we're in PvP or arena. But those are the only gnomes we really need. All the other ones are kind of obsolete. At least this late in the game. Especially when it's not a vault event, because that means they have almost 0% chance for vault key. It's very, very unlikely. There's still a chance to get it, it's just very low drop rate. Ever since they nerfed mana gain from explosions, you do not fear goblins anymore. Yeah, ever since they did make that nerf, they have been quite a bit less effective. They can still infinite loop though. But their chance of doing so is quite a bit lower ever since that nerf, yes. That is correct. One of the reasons why the win rate of it's not the greatest. I still do it though, just because it can still get those free wins. Necrophis? Necrophis? Necrophis. Oh yeah, it was Necrophis. Wasn't it Necrophis? Necrophis was what I used to call it. So we got Necropolis, Necrophis, and Necropolis. With Necropolis apparently being the correct way. Yeah, Necrophis was it. Thank you, JZG. You got it. So it feels so weird seeing a firebomb that doesn't have empowered. Yeah, I was luckily able to plan my trip that I went on 2 weekends ago, so that it didn't fall on Vault weekends. I don't mind occasionally missing a Vault weekend. But obviously, if I can try to not miss one, I generally like to not miss them. As it makes it a lot easier to cover all the content in the game if we are able to grind out vault events. It's also a great way to catch up on resources at any point in the game. Regardless if you're a newer player that just started or you're a later player who just ran out of resources for whatever reason. Because the value of every second you play during a vault event is like 5 to 10 times more than what you would normally be getting. Pretty nice. Mainly because there's a lot of gym-related resources that you wouldn't really be able to get much of otherwise. Remember the whole ingot saga? Or ingots? I just still not even sure what the proper way of saying that. I still say ingot, I believe. Isn't that the right way? Or do I say ingots? Is ingot the right way? Wait, ingot might be the right way. I think I say ingot, but ingot is the right one. Right? Something like that. Hello, Cherry Top. Should you get the Suna troop for your Switch account? Oh, Suna, the current Mythic? Oh, that's bad. I was gonna open keys on my other account. But if Suna's the Mythic right now, it's probably worth skipping then. Suna's pretty bad. Even in an early game, I don't think it's gonna be good enough. I started by saying ignot. Ingots. Or ignot. Did I really mispronounce it that wrong initially? I pronounced it ingots. Like a baguette. They don't like ingots almost makes it sound French. Let's see. We'll go take a purple there. Get a kill on all that. It's ingot. Okay, so I've been saying it correctly then, I think. Yeah, I end up saving a lot of keys too. I might still get it though, because I'm gonna get Fair Shra. Actually, you know what? Maybe not, because we could get a second Fair Shra. Yeah, I'll probably gonna wait till Suna expires. Open keys after the fact. Hope I don't get a multi-copy, and if I do get a multi-copy, hope it's Fair Shra, so that we have 2 Fair Shras. Because that reminds me, I do need to make sure I go craft Fair Shra before the end this week. On my Nintendo Switch account. Any idea when Fair Shra will hit the other consoles again? I have no clue. Could be next week, could be like 8 weeks from now. I believe the current cycle is still pretty wide. But yeah, definitely pretty soon. 'Cause I don't think he's appeared this cycle, has he? Pretty sure he hasn't. I can go double check real quick. Let me see. Has Fair Shra appeared this cycle? If he hasn't, he might actually be like in a few weeks or so. Like definitely by the end of this month. Hey, a pet. I mean, not a pet, a soul gnome, I mean. But let me go check. What am I looking for? I'm looking for Soul Forge. And I'm looking for a current cycle. And now to check for Fair Shra. Good news! Fair Shra has not been in that cycle. So this cycle still has a little bit ways to go. But, yeah, it should be anywhere from 1 week to 6 weeks, approximately, till we see Fair Shra again on every other version except for Nintendo Switch. But yeah, it's anywhere from 1 to 6 weeks. Could literally be next week, or it could be around 6 weeks from now. There's no way of knowing for sure. We only know what will not be in the drop table. We never know specifically what 4 will be. We know what can be, and Fair Shra could be. And we know what won't be, but we don't know definitively what 4 will be. That doesn't get determined until the Monday rolls, the drops. Yeah, he should be within the next month or so. The chance to craft Fair Shra again. How's our level doing? 64. I ideally want to try hitting level 68 before we end out the stream. Hey, Glory Gnome. What's with all the gnomes all of a sudden? Definitely don't mind, though. Ah, 200 glory. Worst drop. Still decent, though. Or worst drop on Glory Gnome. But seriously, look at all these gnomes. Come on, Volky. Chances is ridiculously slim. Still possible, though. I'm not sure if Ray ended up getting her stream going. Oh, nice, Ray. I need to go subscribe to your channel, then. Let's follow all the Gems of War peoples. You haven't caught any of your streams yet. I'll definitely need to eventually. See, how do I even get to your place? Let me see. Not what I want. How do I go to your profile? Why won't it let me go to your profile? There it is. Go to channel. Gotta do it that way. There we go. I subscribed. I can turn notifications on too. Might as well. Let's see. Let's see if YouTube actually gives notification for live streams. I know they barely do for mine. That or they do it like after a long delay. It's always good to see more people doing content for the game. There's a relatively small amount right now. And by relatively small amount, I mean almost non-existent amount. Oh, you were streaming on Twitch, not YouTube. That's pretty much the same thing. Okay, I need to get that weapon up, so I'm going to deliberately take the mana for it and kill it out that way. Yeah, the times I stream can be slightly weird for some time zones. Let's see, we'll take that over. Grab our Sunbird. All the way in China, wow. What time would that be right now, then? I almost keep forgetting that the Gems of War even has an official Discord. It's 1 a.m. in China right now. Oh, wow. I'm not even going to try pronouncing that. Actually, I probably should. Let's see. Guangzhou? Guangzhou. That's about as close as I'm going to get. Guanshu? Is it actually Guanshu? Guangzhou? Guangzhou? Guangzhou. Somewhere around there. What teams for Clash Trial if you have no Undyne? Undyne's not even needed for it. I ran it with Dawnbringer with triple of the warder thingy. That one brown yellow that creates blue. I literally ran Dawnbringer with 3 of that for all the battles. I didn't even bother switching out. Otherwise, you would use Mang with Azura and like 2 other options. And just kill everything with Mang. Yep, that was the wrong direction. Pronunciation classes with Tacet. Another 5 years of streaming and we will know a few more words. Because it takes me forever to get any word right. Come on, Volky. 2,500 gold. Pointless. Oh yeah, Mountain Crusher with 3 of the true damage one would work, yeah. With 3 Deep Kings. That would be pretty solid. Maybe even put one Azura there just for the mana generation. So you can feed Azura back into Mountain Crusher. And vice versa. I should be paying you guys. I pay you guys with this wonderful content. But no, we're mainly just grinding right now, so I can actually do content later. Mainly just chatting and going over everything. Any questions people have? Oh, you get the grind on. Apparently another level soon. Yeah, I want to get at least 4 more levels. And then finish out to 17 and I can cover the video. If I wanted to be super lazy, I could go spend another 500 gems, but I think we're going to play it out. Because I believe that would be enough to cover it all right now, wouldn't it? Yeah. 500 EXP would give us level 70 immediately. So we'll go down the grind method. And do it that way. Yeah, Mang Nimue would be fine. I think I ended up mentioning that on Monday. For the replacement of the Undyne on that one team I showed. I mentioned you can replace it with Nimue. I think I ended up mentioning Mang. I forget exactly what it was. I believe it was Mang, Azura, Nimue, and one other thing, I think. I think that one that creates blues. The brown yellow. Something like that. Yeah, Mang Nimue is pretty decent. You have 12 Orbs of Ascension, but you also have 2 or 3 Kingdoms that are 1 Mythic away from the extra skill bonus. Should you use the Orbs to keep going for Zugoff? Well, you should always hold on to your Orbs and then kind of wait it out. But, and then kind of determine from there which one you need to do. But, yeah, definitely feel free to use small blues on occasional things if you need it for Kingdom upgrades. Or if you need it for, just having a good troop in general. More often than not, you only really use a blue orb if you are going to be able to get that kingdom to 10 plus stars. What is the points of the portraits? So expensive, but don't see any benefit. Well, you can buy them after the fact for only 25 gems. The only real reason for them is to change your icon during in global chat. And I currently just used a dragon. There we go. But yeah, I just used that dragon icon. think it's one of the ones that you get automatically for free or something out automatically off the bat. This is one of the cuter ones, so I like using it. Aesthetic? I can say that word right. Aesthetic. As well as aesthetic. But that's that S. Oh no, I'm saying it wrong. Aesthetic. Try saying aesthetic and then aesthetic. And keep like switching. That is so hard actually. Okay, we'll go take that one for now. You're using Cabarrus, 2 times Fairish Raw, and Umberwolf, and only getting 900 souls. How can you improve this? You would replace Cabarrus with Dragon Soul. You would get slightly less souls, but you would get them way quicker than you're getting them now. And you would do it on World War 2 difficulty on first challenge of Union Fields. That will allow your Dragon Soul to triple cast. And you'll end up getting the 75% soul bonus from that. Anesthetic. Also, I might take a nap after I end this stream. I did not get much sleep last night. I'm not sure why, but Thursdays into Fridays, I've been really bad at getting sleep. Something about that day. Or something about Thursday nights, I just can never sleep. Even the Thursday night before my trip, I couldn't sleep. And I barely even had anything I need to do. Okay, class 2, Espanol. I took Spanish in high school. I'm still pretty bad at it, though. That's just because I'm naturally bad at pronouncing everything. I can't even pronounce English, let alone another language. Can't even do sign language properly because my eye vision isn't good enough to follow hands. They move too quick for my eyes to focus. Yeah, Arena comes out to about, it can vary, but it does come out to around 10,000 to 25,000 souls per hour. Somewhere in that general range. And that depends on a lot of factors between bonuses, how quickly you can win, do you own Dawnbringer or a similar weapon that can kill that quickly, and other stuff like that. But, yeah, it's around 10 to 25,000, with, I believe, around 18 to 20,000 being probably average. For what you can most commonly expect when I say average. Unless you're like really early game, which case is a bit lower than that, or towards 10,000. Still worth it though, because earlier on in the game, that's the best rate of souls you can even get. Also, one second, I need to put this jacket on. AC is being very cold right now. Also, did I say jacket? I meant robe. Cozy robe. Where were we? Oh, I need audio. Give me back the audio. Can't tell. This one's the right one. There it is. Or I should say the left one. The camera is inverted, which is why. Currently I'm pointing to the right even though it's left. A merchandise line. Robes, apparently. No, it might eventually have merch. I don't foresee that happening this year, though. Maybe sometime in 2020, we'll see. I don't think I've ever even used a onesie before. The Tacet Mankini. No. If we were to do anything, it would mainly be shirts and mugs, most likely. I actually need a new mug. I don't really have any good mugs. It doesn't have good mug. Makes his own mug. Best soul farming with hero class is Dragon Soul, Fair Shra, hero class using any purple storm. Or any hero class using purple storm, I should say. That's the strongest soul farming team that uses hero class. And if you don't have a second Fair Shra, replace the second one with Azurus. Okay, 2.5 levels to go. Which means we should be able to get it in the next hour. It should happen. In the level 68. I don't see why I wouldn't. Then probably gonna go take a quick nap, grab a bite to eat, do the last little bit of grind off stream, record the video, and hopefully I can get all that done before the stream tonight at 8. If not, the video will go up probably later tonight or early tomorrow. Ideally, we'll be able to get it done in between that time. If not too big a deal if it's like 12 hours later. As long as it gets covered within the next day or so. Yeah, red's less ideal. The main reason why red is less ideal is mainly because worst comes to worst, you can create purple out of Fair Shra. Also, if you're only using one Fair Shra, you're likely using Azurus, so you have an extra bonus off of purple. Also, the ideal banner for the setup uses +2 purple, +1 red, which naturally makes it more purple as well. Because I don't think there's a proper +2 red, +1 purple banner. But there might be these days. I don't think there is, though. Because if that color even exists, I believe the -1 isn't one that you would want to minus. Sandwich? Do I say sandwich weird? I don't know, that's probably how you say sandwich. I've never heard it really called anything other than sandwich. Oh, it's minus. Oh, there's a +2 red, +1 purple off a minus green. Oh, that wouldn't be too bad then. Yeah, so I guess you can do it off of red hero classes too. And Sun Spear would be perpetual red. A Butley is called a sandwich in Britain, or England, I mean. Yasmin's Pride, Divinia, Yagway, Ketras the Bull. Sounds pretty strong. Has a lot of upscale. It would never die with that much HP, that's for sure. Unless you get like Death Marked or something. Or Instant Kill or other similar things. I've never seen an Arby's commercial. I have. Did they say it weirdly? I don't recall them actually saying it weirdly in it. Losing one troop in Crypt is perfectly fine. I was doing the exact same thing when I was running through Crypt. You don't have to do Deathless until you reach 500. And once you reach 500, you can just use Essence of Evil with other damage. And just simply play it down slowly by disabling everything with Essence of Evil, by entangling it and silencing them. Wow, we keep only getting 200 glory off of glory gnomes. That's not nice. We need that glory. I know we have like 850,000 other glory, but we need that extra 200 glory. Greed, it never stops. Let's see, I'll take that. Grab another explosion. Well, the easiest way to not lose a troop is put your hero in first slot, use it with something like Plague Lord or Titan or something similar, and you just constantly keep taking Browns. If you need more help than that, use something that has an Entangle option. If you're dying that quickly. And underneath purple or red from Crypt, you would have Green Seer, you would have Yasmin's Chosen, you would have, there's not too many options, but you have those two. Green Seer would be the cheaper one. And that would also feed into your Essence of Evil, which you can keep spamming for even more Entangle and Disables, so that they can't hit you. Followed by Green Seer and two other options. Kind of go from there. That would end up being a decent team. I think I ran, oddly enough, even though it died most of the time, I think I actually, oddly enough, ran Lady, or not Lady or Ariel. What's her name? The legend from the kingdom. The, wow, how did I forget her name? Lady Morana. Wait, is it Lady Morana? Yeah, Lady Morana. I ran her as a first slot for that delve. But now you could just run Essence of Evil Green Seer and that would work out decently. I know, stream went down. Oh no, and it played an ad as well. I'd even tell it to play an ad. Oh well. There actually are ways to do rollover ads. I never actually clicked the button for it though. So just for fun, let's go click the button. Here's an ad. I'm not sure if the ad actually plays. For some people it does, for some people it doesn't. It's really weird, which is why I never use it, because it's really hard to identify if it has like finished or not. I wonder what would happen if I kept clicking that ad button though. Like, would it just keep playing ads? Could we like have a stream of like a 200 people or something, and literally all we do is just keep playing ads? That would probably be like almost impossible to get though. And I'm pretty sure it would stop playing after a certain amount. I never bothered clicking the button though. See you, Starlight. Have a good night. Catch you later. Make Tacet rich. Let's see. Also, I'm finally, speaking about money, I'm finally getting that thing on my chest removed I've been meaning to get. I believe it's the 25th, if I'm not mistaken. Let me go double check. And what day does that fall again? I think it's a Tuesday. Almost guarantee that's a Tuesday. Yeah, that's a Tuesday. So, yeah, 3 Tuesdays from now. Now I'll need to go back one other time just to get the stitches removed. The A-class Tacet branded robe. See ya, Ben. Have a good night. Surgery on the heart? No. It's nothing serious. It's just a little cyst on the, like on my chest area. Honestly, if I was desperate enough, I could probably do it to myself. Literally, all you would probably have to do is just put some rubbing alcohol on it, make like a slit, get it out in like a angle, and then boom, and then just put some stitches on it, so it heals a bit quicker. Are they putting me out for that? No, it's nothing that like that. It's a really, really basic procedure. It took like 5 minutes? Yeah. That's what I was saying. It's really quick and easy. Not sure how much it's gonna cost though. Scared to find out. That I need to get it done already. Because it ended up costing me like $1,000 when it got infected a year and a half ago. As opposed to not washing yourself. Yeah, I normally shower at least a few times a week, if not more. Yeah, pretty much. It's just really annoying. Yeah, for the longest time, the doctors were saying, like, you don't need to remove it. And then end up getting infected, and it's like, okay, well, why couldn't I just get it removed? Because I had, like, 4 different doctors within that time. It's like, yeah, you don't need it removed, you don't need it removed, you don't need it removed. And then it gets infected. Yeah, America really needs better healthcare system. I've had no insurance now for, I believe, 3 years. Pretty much since the end of college. And since I'm self-employed with everything I do, I don't get any insurance through work or anything like that. And it's too expensive to bother paying premiums and everything like that. So I just pay out of pocket for everything. But luckily I'm still young enough that I can do that for now. And hopefully within the next few years they'll have that situated. Or at least in the next decade. Hopefully sooner, though. But then again, it's been dysfunctional for decades, so we'll see. Did I understand it? I somewhat understood it. I was kind of tired when you were explaining it, though, earlier. I'll go reread it later. Hope they don't add YouTube streamers as a pre-existing condition. That's funny. Go kill that up. Did we not get level 66 yet? No, we have not. We should be right on top of it. You don't know where who you would report the glitch? You would do it on Gems of War support. Just click submit a request and try explaining all that to them. Ideally with screenshots, but I don't know, if you did it like you did earlier, it should be, they should be able to understand it to some degree, to the point that they could try looking into it. How does Yasmin's Chosen stop a spell that does base 100 true damage? Is that a pun setup joke? Or is that an actual question? Because I'm not sure what you mean by that. Oh, sorry, Yasmin's Chosen. My bad. That makes slightly more sense. Stop a spell that does base 100 true damage? Well, you'd easily be able to by just putting it on something that has a lot of armor. It strips away all of their armor and converts it into HP. So you would be able to use it as a counter to true damage. It's one of the reasons why it's really commonly ran in Tower of Doom. Because Tower of Doom has 2 rooms that does empower true damage. One of them is the Spirit Fox room and the other is the Astral Spirit room. Both of which you generally run the Heroism scroll on later in the delves. However, you can also counter it just by using Yasmin's Pride once. It's one of the reasons why it's such a popular weapon for Tower of Doom. And Tower of Doom has less stats than factions, so you need the HP to survive. And because most colors have an HP boost ratio troop, it'll work pretty good with it. One HP, what are you doing? Okay, I'll take the blue down, grab all that mess, take the yellow over, get another Sunbird down, let's shift for the kill, spell reduction being annoying, and there we go. Yeah, there's our level. Healthcare costs are resolved with tort reform. Your father-in-law, a doctor, was put out of practice by malpractice insurance costs. Ouch. Didn't even realize you needed insurance for that. But I guess that kind of makes sense. In case you get like sued or something on something. Would Def be good for the 4th troop if it boosts on life? In what team? What team are you referring to? Oh, you mean in Yasmin's Pride team? It's okay. It's a relatively low boost ratio, but it does have a 1 to 3 boost ratio. It's not the best thing that you would put with it, but it would work. Normally, any of the Tauruses that boost ratio off of HP, armor, and attack are the biggest ones you'd want to put the HP gain into. Out of any category of troop. Particularly Ketris. But no, you can do it with Def too. You probably would be better off with double Yagway if it was available for that color, yes. That is true. I don't think I've ever ran double Yagway, but it actually would be viable. Speaking of that, I actually have that on my Nintendo Switch account. Maybe I should be running double Yagway on that account. It's not something you would normally do because Queen Titania in most situations would be better than it. But, hey, you don't always have access to her. Have I tried the Guild War reward troops for Explorer? I'm not sure what you mean by that. Yeah, when using Yasmin's Pride teams, or any armor tier team for that matter, you normally want to get most of your armor tiers down before you start doing other damage. Otherwise, your physical damage will get in the way of the fact that you can't tier their armor anymore. Because you removed it with your actual physical damage. Which is not ideal. Oh, about 130 more battles to go. And then we still have more. But that'll probably be the end of the stream once we get that milestone. Okay, level 66. 2 levels to go. Technically 4 levels. 2 for now. Oh, do we have a low service thing? Let me see. Is it not bringing up the menu? Servers are online. I don't see a poor service thingy. Maybe it did for a moment. What's that one text it keeps trying to say? I can't see that. It goes too quick. Can everyone see what the text is between? Trying to read it. Yeah, I might be able to pause it on stream. Wait, let me see. I might be able to get it exactly on the dot. I want to see what it says. Oh, it just says servers are online, but it okay, I see. It actually says the exact same thing. It just looks like it says something different when it's coming out because it makes the box smaller and it tries adjusting to the box. It actually says the exact same thing. That makes sense. Let's see. I'll move that over. Grab a purple. Kill a sunbird. Dead. Well, if you have 7, at least you can get it to Mythic now, if you haven't already. Oh, never mind, you already have the Mythic, I mean. I didn't see that part. Yeah, that can happen. It's one of the reasons why you generally don't craft Legends for the most part. Unless you just desperately feel the need for it, or if it's Dragon Soul, because Dragon Soul is always worth it. But, yeah, it's one of the reasons why you generally don't craft Legends, or go out of your way too far for them. Because you're gonna have every legend way, way, way before you have every mythic. And of course, crafting legends makes it so you don't have as much material to craft mythics. You crafted them on Switch because you were waiting so long. I'm still waiting on Queen Titania. Haven't been able to get it yet, nor has it been in Soulforge, even if I wanted to get it. But I have like 2 or 3 Yagweis on my Nintendo Switch account, but 0 Queen Titanias. Really annoying. I really need it so I can start running PvP at a quicker rate. Because right now my PvP team is pretty slow. Makes it hard to bother grinding for long periods of time. Better I have to do like 1 trophies or something. Because a lot of people are running Dragon's Eye meta. Like back before it ever got nerfed, which is really annoying. Better to just using Yagwei Queen Titania loop team. Just with Urska Crown instead of Flame of Fur. So they still really need to add a way to check how much hero XP you have after a battle. Still seems really weird that you can't check it for the class XP. You see your hero XP, but not your class XP. is the more important one to see more often than not. It doesn't show it. Ouch. Missing Earth's Fury and Yasmin's Pride. Luckily, Nintendo Switch has those. But, yeah, missing those on a base version of the game can be a bit annoying. They really do need to add them back in some way, shape, or form. They're such good weapons. Earth's Fury is one of the best invasion weapons in the game. And Yasmin's Pride is insanely good for Tower of Doom. Earth's Fury basically best invasion weapon, and Yasmin's Pride basically best Tower of Doom weapon. Love to kill, is it? No, but what we can do is just take a skull after. Problem is, where's our skull? There we go, now he's dead. Nope, he can regain some urge. We can stick that skull. There we go. Also, without even doing kingdoms that are focused on it, we already did the event objective like 4 times over. 3 to 4 times over. Oh, you own Ketris on Nintendo Switch? Nice. I own 3 Mythics. Champion of Anu, Death, and Beaver. Hey, another arcane. We should almost be done with these brown purple arcanes at this point. Pretty sure almost at 400. We'll probably do it out the rest of the time here just to make sure we max it out though. So we don't need to come back to them again for a while. And we're really close to base 400. We might have it by the end of next vault event. Probably have base 400 on arcane trade stones. Not sure if that'll be needed for the trade stone sync, but hopefully it is. Also, speaking of that, we should have more info that I can share about version 4.4 soon. Once I can share stuff, I will. Actually, even tomorrow will probably be the spoiler related to next patch. So a few interesting features that they haven't mentioned yet. Well, really, they've only mentioned really the one, the epic battles thing, where you can use multiple sigils for battles. In order to get bonus stats. Say, how on earth did that not reach full mana? There we go. Wait, you got 2 Ketris? Or did he mention it twice on accident? Not sure you can even use double Ketris though. Like double Gargoyle works, but that's mainly because it has a mana accumulation on it and a much lower mana cost. I guess if they ever added that one Taurus hero class, it could be okay. I don't think that's coming for a while though. At least on Nintendo Switch version. Stretch. Actually, I might just go and get up to level 67 for now. I almost need like a stretching break. Maybe go for a walk. Pretty nice day today. Like the other gloomy day the other day. But I think we'll end it once we get one more level, I guess, for now. Then I'll cover the other 3 levels off stream and hopefully get a video out between the 2 streams. And if not, later tonight or really early tomorrow morning. Yeah, if anyone still has any other questions or anything you want me to go over, let me know. Because yeah, I probably will end it after this next level. Could take another 5-10 minutes, just move around there. Oh. And we'll be back later tonight, of course, in about 6 hours from now, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hello, Truts, welcome. Oh, you did get 2. Nice. Yeah, I'm hoping I double up on Fairish Ra. I'll be crafting 1 and then hope I'll randomly get 1 later. Hello, Leonardo. Welcome. Azurus isn't getting the Purple Storm with purple matches for some reason. Azurus doesn't have Purple Storm. He has no Storm attached to him. The reason for Azurus is he has 50% Necromancy with +1 purple. Which is basically just better than standard 50% Necromancy. That's the reason why he's used. And maybe you need more. Yeah, it's mana, not Storm, yeah. Yeah, I definitely need more sleep. Probably been taking a nap as soon as I end the stream. Either that or a quick walk. Either order. Like, if I do it in order of walk, shower, and then nap, it'd probably work best. Definitely need to stretch some regardless. Yeah, I wish it would tell us between the battles so we know how far we were. Could be about a dozen away or so. I would check it, but the time it would take to check it, we could probably almost finish it out. Because with how bad it's gonna lag spike, it's probably gonna take like a minute to check it. But then again, I don't know, maybe we will. Because I do need to check, well, I do need to go back to that menu to go take tribute. I don't think we took it yet this hour. So we'll go check real quick. Leave and see how long it takes to lag. If I could take like a whole minute here. A good water break, I guess. See you, Ray. Have a good time. Catch you later. Oh, you're trying to find a new house? Nice. Okay, it might just be easier to restart the game. Yeah, it's probably quicker just to restart the game. X out of that. Close the program. Force exit it. Close. Open Steam. Where's Steam? X out of that. I already got that screenshot for the video earlier. And there we go. If it'll load, what's it doing? Steam, why are you lagging? What are you doing, Steam? Steam? Hello? Hello? There we go. Now it's working. Yep, any second now. Hello? There we go. Kind of. There we go. And now we can take our tributes, as well as see how many more we need. This was mainly done to take our tribute, though. Gotta get those free 10 gems. We just spent like 1,500. Gotta get some of those gems back. Boom, 13. Nice. 14 tribute, 13 gems. Grab our level up thing from earlier. And where were we? We're probably already done with Rock Zoom. What's the next one we go for? I think Pure Blue is actually next, 380. Yeah, Brown Purple we got at 396. Let's go to Blue, I guess, for now, which is only Storm High. And how's the hero doing? Not what I wanted. Let's see. Oh yeah, that's pretty close. We need, what is that? That's 18, right? Yeah, 18 more battles. Good enough. Could do that. 18 battles right here. Am I liking the Tidecaller? It's okay. It's above average. Like it's the better half of hero classes in the game. I'm mainly probably going to be using it for Blue Guild War Defend, maybe Blue Guild War Invade, but mainly Defend. And that's probably the furthest I'm going to be going with it. I will be covering some team stuff for it either later today or early tomorrow. But as far as what I will personally realistically be using it for, it's basically just Blue Guild War Defend. And I think that's it. Very rarely would you bring it out for much else, unless Submerge hard counters whatever you're fighting. You wouldn't really bring it out for much. Yeah, Tidecrawler's still a fun hero class nonetheless. High amount of Submerge, pretty well rounded, pretty decent against spell related stuff. I would still prefer Plague Lord if I was to counter out spell related stuff though. It's still pretty decent against them though. Oh no, the stream just died. Come back, we're not done yet. There we go, stream came back. Not yet. We'll be in like 15 more battles, but not yet. For how many battles did you use the new Mythic? 0. I think we did 0 this stream. I did show it, didn't I? I know we just covered the whole video on it, obviously. But no, we did very minimal of the Mythic. And by very minimal, I mean like near 0. It is so ridiculously bad. The hero class is, I mean the new Mythic that just came out. Hero class is decent. Mythic, not so much. Mythic's basically the worst Mythic in the game. The Shadow of Zorn. Shade of Gargantor, ha! I still can't believe they made something worse than Gargantor. It's amazing how good Gargantor looks compared to this Mythic. Because at least Gargantor can actually one-shot stuff. New Mythic can't even do that unless you're in like really early game or mid game. If you're in late game or later, you won't be able to. Which is basically any point of 5 stars or higher on everything. If you're like level 1000, 1100 plus, that area becomes basically useless at that point. Okay, should just be a few more battles. What, 6, 7? Not keeping track of exact number. Yeah, if anyone has any other questions, now would be the perfect time to mention it. If I missed anything or anything you guys want me to go over. Otherwise, we'll be back in about 6 hours from now at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we'll be doing the Guild Wars for today, and then going back to probably grinding this hero class a little bit. Or actually, probably not the hero class. We'll probably do the class event itself later today to go try to reclaim leaderboard. Actually, I don't even think we hit leaderboard yet, but to go get leaderboard, I should say. As long as it hasn't shot up too high. If it shot up too high, I might not even bother, but we'll see. If it's within 20 battles, I'll consider it. If it starts going much higher than that, it might not be worth the time. Then again, it probably would be. Because that would take like an hour and we'd get... What's the team for Tidecaller event? I personally ran with Dawnbringer with triple of that one brown yellow that creates blue. You can also put in Azura there. You can go Mangazura. You can go Mangazura Nimue, stuff like that. You can throw an Undyne in there just for like damage. But it depends how you want to roll with it. I personally just went Dawnbringer with triple of the... what's his name? I'm forgetting his name, but that one brown yellow that keeps creating blue based on Submerge Allies. That newer one that came out. And there we go, level 67. I can go show the team real quick. Might as well go do one battle before we end out. One battle with the class event team. Yeah, this is what we end up using. Right over here. We'll load. Go to games. Oh wait, what tests do we have? Anything good? Which one of these is worth repicking? Kedar for sure. Oh, go open 100 gold chests. Oh, we'll go do that. I think that gives some amount of gems. We'll just do 200. Oh wow, we get 10 gems for that. Not too bad. There we go. Okay, next order of business. Let me just go do one battle real quick. Do that. Fights. Let's take the first one. Dawnbringer and 3 Mervaraxes is what I used. But you can also use Mangazura, Nimue with one other option. Something like that. Okay, slightly bad board. We'll stick a skull for now. We'll hit us back, grab barrier. That, throw that down. Regain barrier. Now we can start getting a bunch of blues while doing some damage. We're hitting its summoner just so we don't have to deal with it. And of course, this hero class does get explosion on a random blue every extra turn, so that's kind of convenient as well. Ah, no surge. Luckily, she didn't get a summon because there's no slot for it. Okay, and then one more hit, we'll take it out with the Dawnbringer there. Should be good to go. One skull would also win at this point. Didn't get it though, but luckily he got the skull distracted. And he dies. Yeah, that's what I ran for all of it, just running that. Been working pretty well. Haven't lost hero once. Somewhat surprisingly. Okay, what's the leaderboard looking like? Keeps creeping higher and higher. 54 just to reach. That is not low. Yeah, as long as it's like below 60. And then by like below 70 or something by the end of the week, I guess it would be fine. But it's getting seriously high, wow. Yeah, we'll see how it is. Well, we're probably going to go for at least top 100. We definitely have the battles for it. Just the time is annoying. Like, if it takes over an hour or two, it's probably not worth it. Like, if it takes over 2 hours, it's definitely not worth it. But if we could put it in about an hour to get that payout, it wouldn't be too bad. What blue team are you going to use for in Guild War today? I'm not sure if I'm revamping my Guild War blue. I am currently using a weird hiking Iron Gut version with like apothecary and everything. I kind of wanted to test this again just to see how it goes. But it's a really weird team, to say the least. We're basically using Bronze Lock Pistol, like a delayed Gorgotha with Apothecary, into a High King Iron Gut. It kind of works, and I mainly just wanted to test it again to see how it pans out. But I don't know, we might retire this team, but I want to give it at least one more try. Oh, so is there not a +2 brown, +1 green? I don't think that is a thing, unfortunately. Be the perfect banner for this. I don't think it exists, though. Or if it does its minus color, it's probably not one we want to minus. Exactly so. There is a +2 brown, +1 green, but we do not want to minus blue because literally our entire team is blue. So yes, that banner does exist, but it's because of the minus color that we don't use it. Okay, so we'll just use it with that banner. But, yeah, it's the game plan for Blue Day today. And we're just going to go from there and see what happens. And hopefully it works out well. Hello, George. Let's see. One question. Next week is Zoom week. Is Obsidius in Drop Table? Yes. Obsidius is from Zoom, right? Yeah. So is Vol and Valdez. Do keep in mind, though, the faction has 2 mythics. So it is possible now that you could get a Fallen Valdez instead of an Obsidius, which would be very, 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 very annoying if that was to happen. But it can happen, so do be aware of that. Be careful. I wish they would do something that would make it so you would automatically get the one that you don't have or something. But, yeah, you can get a repeat of the mythic you already have. And since there's 2 mythics, you could theoretically get a second copy of Fallen Valdez. Or a useless copy of Fallen Valdez, whichever one it ends up being. If you already have a copy of it. But anyways, guys, that'll wrap it up for now. I will catch all of you later. Thanks for stopping by. We'll be back at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 6 hours from now. And we'll be going over Blue Guild War and messing around with probably more of the faction event. Or not the faction event, I mean the class event. For the Tide, what's his name again? For the Tidecaller. I just keep calling it Merlantis Hero Class. It works for me. Yeah, it's actually called Tidecaller. But anyways, I'll catch all of you later. Thanks for stopping by. Hope you all have a wonderful weekend. And goodbye, everyone. Best of luck if you're going to be trying for the Mythic. But I would advise not trying for the Mythic because it is horrifically bad. Goodbye, everyone.